Well, I started Ski to Live because I got to the end of my 15-year ski career and I didn't feel like I had learned anything. I don't think you actually learn from experience, you learn from reflecting on the experience, and so I wanted to reflect on the experience. Then I met Genpo Roshi and I learned more about how skiing has affected my life in the first 5 minutes of my own ski clinic than I had in 15 years as a professional athlete.
We need to become more conscious, more aware, more awake. Zen is all about awakening, and Zen experience is an experience of waking up. Coming from a place of wisdom and a place of compassion is going to be helpful for us and for others.
We don't teach you anything at Ski to Live, and so they're always remarkably different what happens here. The only thing that we do is facilitate you into wisdom that you already possess. You're surrounded by people that would sign up for something like this. You're surrounded by people that would care to come to something like this, that would care to be the very best human being that they can be in this lifetime.
I don't know a lot about Zen other than, what is the sound of one hand clapping? According to Kristen, it's not new agey at all, which is good for me because I have a deep-rooted cynicism about new agey kind of things. But, she says we're going to work on fear. And I definitely have a lot of that when I get up on the slopes. But I think my biggest fear is just being introspective in general. I'm not one who likes to look at himself and analyze, what's going on in my head or in my life. And that's exactly what I understand this clinic is about.
So we're going to explore your motivations. We're going to explore your delusions today. We're going to explore your crazy mind out on the mountain. Imagine if you had, let's say, 8 children, and 4 of your children you named despair, anger, fear, loathing, right? And your other 4 children you named happiness, joy, sunshine, flower. Despite your best efforts, would you treat them differently?
I think so.
Of course you would. And so that's what happens, is that we start treating anger, we start treating fear, we start treating delusion differently, but it's part of our corporation. At the age of 23, I was on the US ski team for moguls, and I was also considered the best woman extreme ski in the world. What had motivated me were things like fear of not being special, fear of not being unique, of being bland, anger. Not anger directed at anyone or anything, but just anger, as a human emotion. I just used my childhood insecurities to motivate me to become a great skier. And I never realized that until I took my clinic. I would like, please, for you guys to ski in the voice of the show-off. That is to say that the self does not exist anymore. The only thing I'm watching ski is the show-off, okay? How many of you feel that you skied that better in the voice of the show-off than in the voice of the self? So for about half the group, we really discovered a gift that you have, your desire to show off.
I have created something called the Big Mind, Big Heart Work, which is based on integrating Zen practice with a kind of Western psychological approach, more like a technique that allows people to have a Zen experience rather quickly without spending years and years efforting towards getting that experience. You don't have to wear saffron robes and go to Tibet or China or Japan or some other Asian country to gain the wisdom that those traditions offer.
And everyone can come here and have a meaningful experience, and they'll just get exactly what they want out of it. We get some of the most intelligent, powerful people in the country coming to Ski to Live, I think because, they realize that fame, money, and power ain't gonna lead to happiness. But understanding themselves, learning who they are through an interaction with nature will offer them something. So that's the beauty of these clinics. They're like art. I just get to create it as we go along based on people that I meet, what they're looking for, what I see.
I signed up because I wanted to do some ski lessons, but I also wanted to incorporate yoga, some kind of meditation, kind of evolve my mind as well as learn how to ski.
You know, we all know that technical tips and what you do with your arms and your big toe and all that, you know, that'll take you only so far in skiing, and after that, your analytical mind becomes your greatest weakness. And so sometimes taking ski lessons can be the worst thing that you can do for your skiing past a certain point.
It was fascinating to ski emotionally. Most clinics I've taken, it's all about the technical side and, you know, completing your turn and making sure you set your edges and, you know, flex your ankles and make sure you're getting, you know, your balance right. But speaking about balance, not just on the skis, but in your brain and in your heart, that's something I hadn't thought about before. And it's really eye-opening.
I'm hoping to find some peace within me, you know, kind of get to meet new people. I'm doing something out of the ordinary. I wanted to see what they had to offer. I wanted to see what Zen was all about.
What a great way to live your life, but come out into the mountains and ski. We're very lucky to be here.
Worst case scenario is 3 days of skiing, and hope to get more out of that, more out of it in terms of the big mind and sort of just thinking larger.
It opened up my mind in a way I never really thought about skiing.
When we were doing the work with the group of close to 30-some people, and to see everybody's eyes light up, and for people to have that kind of experience just brings me the greatest satisfaction and joy.
We look at the rocks, we look at the mountains. A little bit happens, you know, every once in a while, but more often than not, nothing happens. So this clinic is a chance to look at the rocks, at the mountains, and at the snow, and at your life, and at the air, and at the stars, and for something to happen.